Hello everyone, and thank you for taking the time to learn about honey. My name is Chloe Williams, and I'm the director of this project. You may remember my short film Violet, which premiered just last December. Honey is a short film, dark comedy thriller about an eccentric witch who concocts a potion to teach her delivery boy some manners. It is a Towson University student thesis project with an all-female above-the-line crew and a hardworking and dedicated team all around. Now, I could continue telling you about Honey, but I'd rather show you instead. This is an aesthetics presentation that I've created for the crew of Honey to help us all stay on the same page visually. I'd like to share it with you so that you too can get a glimpse of the world we're creating. This is a visual representation of the overall mood and tone of the film. You'll notice a lot of vintage style, yellows and browns, and dripping honey that feels almost unsettling. With our color palette, we're really looking to highlight yellow and brown tones with the pop of an almost Tiffany blue. Here you'll find a playlist of what I listened to as I wrote each new draft of the script. It's full of swing jazz, Beatles, and soul, all of Honey's favorite music as well. These films serve as inspiration for Honey overall. You'll find favorite quirky witches, Sabrina and Elaine, as well as some visually striking films with art departments that embrace vintage stylings. Here's what I imagine for color and lighting. I want a soft yellow cast to bring out our color palette and bring out the importance of Honey's spells as well as Honey herself in the script. As the film shifts into a darker tone, I want the lighting to reflect that as well, while still maintaining the yellow cast from before. Since Honey embraces vintage fashion, we want the film itself to as well. That's why we're gathering color inspiration from rich Technicolor films. Here's a mood board representing Honey herself. She's a jazz-loving, spell-making plant mom. You can see the victory-rolled hair, long and floral skirts, and cheery mannerism we want her character to embody. Honey is inspired by 50s icon Lucille Ball, but also by modern sassy witch Sabrina. Her dark side is definitely akin to Morticia Addams and, dare I say, Professor Umbridge. Eleonora isn't just a honeysuckle plant. She's Honey's familiar. They have a close bond and are the best of friends. Even though she can't talk, we still want to show off her personality visually. Witches have a long history with familiars, but a great modern example is Harry's owl, Hedwig. Chester is a grumpy salesman who thinks Honey is peddling snake oil. His style is very stripped back and modern, though with inspiration from 50s greasers. Think Kyle of Ladybird meets The Outsiders. Now I'd like to invite you into some of the spaces we're inventing. Here's a mood board representing Honey's home on the whole. You'll notice the many books, records, and odd antique pieces we're looking to give her. Honey's kitchen is a very important space for the film. This is where she makes her spells and often where she talks to Eleonora. We'll have to give her everything she needs for spell making. Honey is an eclectic gal, and her living space should reflect that. We hope to fill her living room with many plants, photos, and trinkets that all reflect her personality. The tea party scene is the culminating moment of the film, so it really needs to be a party for two to remember. We'll need tea settings for Honey and Chester, with a cup for Eleonora too, of course. They'll be having tea, biscuits, and sandwiches with some other goodies on the side. We'll also need to create some pretty unique special effects makeup for this scene. Finally, we'll need to secure some pretty unique props. Honey needs to have all the equipment to prepare her spells, as well as the jars to put them in. We also need to adopt our very own honeysuckle plant to cast as Eleonora. Honey needs a retro-style dress, the perfect home, items to decorate that home with, and her very own business logo. This is where you all come in. I hope you're as excited about this film as I am. You can help Honey by donating to our Indiegogo page, sharing our campaign online, and inviting your friends to follow us on social media. Remember, your donations are as sweet as honey.